Lido is featured on a record that I've got coming out in about 3 weeks. And she came to my studio here in LA, and I was like super stressed out because I'd just like switched all of my computers over to PCs thinking that would be a great idea, and like nothing was working. And I was just like hyper stressed. And she arrives, and just like the energy that you're able to bring into a room was like incredible. You just like gave me so much confidence. I just remember there is just something about like your force of will and clarity on like this situation is going to be amazing, which
Mm-hmm.
really, really stuck with me. And I've only seen in like a few artists in my whole career. And I think that's where I like became your biggest fan. So I just think your use of the term of like these things are a challenge, you have these additional responsibilities, but you're able to kind of really project your mind forward to a positive result.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think is that like a conscious thing with you, or do you think it's just like inherent? Because I mean, you're also, you've got so many things going on in your life. You have like kids. You got like roots in different countries. You're juggling so many different aspects as well, but you're still able to kind of come out with like this very clear message and clear identity and kind of clear vibe.
Well, I think that that all comes from my indigenous background. Women there juggle a lot, and all of the energy and all your responsibility gets centered and captured into weaving. So in the tradition of weaving, you have all these threads. Actually, when you look at the weaving of the in like especially the hammocks that we make, when that weaving, it looks just like an Ableton project file ensemble.
Amazing.
So you have all your threads and you have a grid, right? So I just see everything in my life like that. Okay, so even when I write songs, I think of sound in terms of a chromatic circle. So what goes with what color goes with what's complementary with this and that thing. So I try to apply those rules in everything that I do. And it's very important to be organized. And I think we actually talked about this when we first met, about how some artists really live the idea of the starving artist and carry that through, like their computer is a mess, it's all dirty, like their space is dirty, like they don't shower and it shows. I have never been about that, and I think that that's also because of my growing up in Colombia and being around, people that are very posh, but also people that are very poor. And what we all have in common is that people really carry their dignity with them. So it doesn't matter if, we live in like a shack. It doesn't matter if we live in a small little tiny house and we're all sharing a tiny room. We're all going to be really well presented and well dressed for Sunday. And we're going to send our children to school with perfect white bleach socks and well done hair, because we have to carry our dignity with us. So for me, I like to apply that, like, grace. It's very important, and self-love and respect. I don't really believe in humility. I think that we can talk about that later, but I feel like I need to carry myself and know within myself that I am great. And I have to respect myself, but I also need other people to respect me. So that's how I do everything. That's how I'm able to manage everything. Everything deserves time. You have to be honest with people. You have to have expectations. And I am a very generous person. So I sometimes it works against me, but I like to share and I like to collaborate. And in that honesty and collaboration, then you know how to pick the right person for something. And I think the most important thing about me is, like, I need to delegate. If you put everything on yourself, nothing is gonna get done. So you have to learn how to delegate, right? So I have a critical eye and I have good taste. So I need to use that to my advantage. And I try to do that every time, because by 6 p.m., I have to feed the baby and she has to go to sleep, and my son has homework. So I have to be there for him. So for me to be able to be a good mother, I need to be organized in my job. and that's how I'm able to do it.
Amazing. And when you had the transition to kids being in your life, did you find, I mean, did you find what you're talking about there was like inherently in you, or and then did it wind up leveling up when you had kids because it's like really serious, like that's a responsibility you cannot move? And did that like change your approach to using time and using your day at all?
Absolutely. When I started getting booked for shows, I no longer was thinking like, oh, I would like to make $300. It was more about, wait, if I get $300, out of the 300, I have to get 80 for the nanny, plus 20 for the snacks, plus 50 for the cabs back and forth because I'm not gonna carry my gear. Like you start seeing yourself as, okay, like there is an economy behind this. I want to be able to support my kid. It's only me that's supporting my kid, so I really have to be organized. So that added, awareness, it made me just be more realistic with myself and set these goals that were very realistic and very attainable. And for like my in La Papesa, it was great because I was like writing when I started writing the music. I would write my essays because I went to school, and then my son would go to sleep, and then after he would go to sleep, then I would go on YouTube and like how to record through computer
Amazing.
program exclamation question
Yeah.
mark, right? And then I started getting a sense of it, and that's how I did it. You just have to find your time, and having children, it either makes you more mature and more organized, or you just crash and burn.
Hmm.
So I decided that I was going to um, uh, be better and more organized, and I was not going to fall into that cliche of not just like the baby mama and the baby mama drama and like the single teen mom like none of that stuff. It was more about, I'm gonna be the best person and I'm gonna be a great artist because I already am. I just need my fine tuning. When I'm with my kids, that's when the prolific Lido turns up.
Hey, we hope you enjoyed that video. A couple of more links here for some talks we think you'll like. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and otherwise head over to completeproducer.net so that you can connect with other music making geniuses from all over the world. We'll see you there.